Welcome to Matt Streams. So yeah, celebrating truth. I should get that down. Is it truth, love, and beauty, or truth, care? I think it is love. But care might be a term. I don't know. Anyway, so this is Diablo, obviously, and we played a little last night. And what I would like to do is let go, actually. This is a letting go stream. So what I'm doing is, basically, all you need to do is let go. All the people who are distorted around you, they're distorted because they're holding on to things. So, if you just let go of everything, then you'll be fine. And that may sound like a tall order. It also may sound like a little bit of hopeful thinking that might not be exactly true. But I think it is true. And I think, as I have up there on the wall, they don't want you to let go. They do not want you to let go. At all costs, they don't want you to be free of their influence. But at all costs, you have to be free of their influence. Or you don't have to, but it would be a lot better for you to be free of it. And me as well. So I'm looking forward to making a change, but beyond that, if I just devote myself to not holding on to anything or to letting go of everything, if I just commit myself to letting go of everything, then it's easy. It's easy enough. And all you have to do is just keep letting go. Literally. Oh boy. And it can be difficult, man. You might notice some pain here, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm so done with I'm done with a lot, actually. I'm quite done with a lot. I'd like to not be beholden to anyone. I'd also like to situate my life in a way where this isn't as big of a deal, but just sort of a pet peeve, more than like a hold on. Okay. This is a pet peeve more than anything, but it's not a pet peeve, you know? It actually is like people being not as good as they could be. So like, I gotta tell you, I've had many phone interviews recently, and for one reason or another, almost every time the phone interview is at least a little late. It's not like a little earlier on time, it's like at least a little late. And it wasn't always the interviewer's fault. Sometimes somebody else like didn't send some information as like a middleman. Hold on. Oh boy, fuck, man. What are you, American Psycho over there? No, I'm letting go of some difficult shit. I'd suggest you do the same. Or what? Or you won't have let go of it. That's or what? Yeah, that's it. Okay, hold on. But anyway. Yeah, so their whole thing is not letting go. Their whole problem is that they don't let go. They find falsity and they grab hold of the falsity. They grab onto that falsity, and then they don't let go. And then they try to strangle you. And then you get your devouring mothers. Synthetic Man, I mean, maybe it's not quite as bad with him. I hope it's not. I imagine it's not quite as bad. But, you know, like, he clearly has had difficulties with his mother. And they make it seem like such a funny thing, like, oh, you're a smother, you know, you're a smothering mother, which I think is fairly similar to, if not the same thing as a devouring mother. And the whole I could eat you up like thing, it's like, that's always been fucking weird to me.
Mars can't hold a force of nature.
Yeah. But what you want to do is you want to let go, because what they will never do is let go. Never. And you gotta... they can continue not to let go, but to avoid being corrupted, you would like to let go. To avoid any corrupting influences from anyone else, you want to let go. And it's like, well, Matt, what? Well, I mean, I'm not totally fucking like uninformed. I don't like that term, uninformed. Circle of influence, circle of concern. Yeah, I like that. Tony Robbins was talking about something similar, but not exactly the same. He was talking about the circle of influence, and he was saying somebody like, showed him, like, you draw an X in the middle, that's you, and then here's a circle around you. And he was saying basically like problems will hit the sides of the circle. And when they do, you'll run over to get them, but then you'll realize they're outside the circle, and you might back away. And then another problem of a similar sort will hit the circle. And maybe now you have two problems, or now it's just another problem, but it's a similar kind. But he said when you finally deal with that problem, then you break through and your circle gets bigger. You saw, like, on the Far Cry propaganda shit, the breakthrough camp. It's like, yeah, when you solve, and I talked about it, but when you solve that problem, in this case, you break through your circle in the circle formulation. Or rather, like, you break through the barrier, and then the circle gets bigger. And then now you can handle that problem. So, I've been dealing with a persistent problem. Persistent. And I don't know how well I've handled it. I think I've handled it fairly well, but maybe I hope to handle it completely very soon. Maybe today. I don't know. Like, can I let go all the way emotionally today? That'd be great. But I certainly hope to handle... hold on. Yeah, so I hope to handle the problem. And it's just like, it's sad because it's like you feel like you don't really have any support. And the little support you get, it's like ultimately somebody who's gonna do something, say something that like Stefan Molyneux would probably criticize, and rightfully so. Not saying Stefan is the be-all and... Whoa, did I explore this whole fucking second level? Oh yeah, we got to the third level. Okay, well, I'm glad the map's still here. So Stefan Molyneux, basically, like, you'll often hear from people, even people who are trying to be helpful, like, basically they will be in the habit of kind of brushing away the problem. Like, oh, somebody's torturing you emotionally. Somebody's fucking with you. And then they'll say, well, yeah, but it's family. It's family, so, family's family. And it's like, so that's the answer? Like, any possible problem you could have, the answer is, well, it's family, and family's family. It's like, that's just a non-answer. That's not even an answer. But also, it's sort of like Stefan Molyneux would probably criticize it, and has. Like, basically, his most recent podcast episode might still be where he talks a lot about the idea of, like, people being encouraged to divorce, but they are severely disencouraged from leaving their family. Like, in terms of, like, cutting off contact or whatever. I don't know. Now, I'm not looking to necessarily do that. But what I am saying is that people are just fucking brainwashed to just fucking... just to go with their family. And you might say, well, what about this, Matt? What about honor thy father and thy mother? Well, I'll tell you what about this? Jesus said he came to fulfill the law, not to abolish it. And Jesus also said that he came to separate mother from son and father from daughter and, like, blah, blah, blah. He said he came to divide. So you may still be able to honor your parents, or at least not dishonor them. But at a certain point, like, you know, if you're picking the way of truth, if you're picking the way of goodness, you got to go that way. Or really, you don't have to do anything, but if you're picking that way and you're going that way and they are like totally aligned against you actually, then it's just a big fucking obstacle, man. Or it can be. But if you continue to let go, then you're fine, because what are they going to do? Are they going to scare you? Maybe. But if you are letting go, then there's really nowhere they can hit you. And it may feel like while you're letting go, you literally may hear something, like it may hear something that one of them says, and it's like, oh shit, like they're kind of worming their way into my letting go. Like I'm letting go right now, and they're worming their way into that. It's like, just keep letting go. If there's nowhere for them to hit you, there's nowhere for them to hit you. Oh, okay. Great. Okay. But what I will say is that one of the... Oh, wait. I don't know. I'm not sure if I elucidated what I said before, but in any case, the pet peeve thing I was talking about was like... Yeah, I think I said it. Basically, like, people, like... What's the deal with... What's the deal with punctuality? What's the deal with, like, just, like, professional people, like, never being punctual? Because, like, trying to break back into the work world... and it's not like I fucking... As a kid, I was horrified. Like, oh, I'm gonna work the rest of my life? Like, how horrible is this? Like, I looked at it like a fucking... Like the prison sentence that it is. You know, it's like, oh, you're gonna work and you're gonna be unhappy for 5 days a week and probably the other 2. And that's if you're lucky enough to have a schedule that allows you to have 2 consistent days off a week. You're gonna be really unhappy, and you still might not have as much money as you like to get the things you want otherwise. And you're gonna do that until you're old enough that you saved enough money, or, you know, something happens and you stop working. And then that's the end of your life. And it's like, what a fucking horror show, man. What a fucking nightmare. Anyone watching this, what? Are you fucking excited to get a job? But then the thing is, then you're like calling to get a job, and like almost everyone is just consistently late. They're consistent. Like if they say they're gonna call you at 1 o'clock, you're probably waiting until like, on average, you're probably waiting until like 1:15 or something. Maybe, I don't know if that's average, but you're probably at least waiting until like 1:05 on average, and that allows for a lot further than 1:05. For me, actually, the average is probably like, I guess ultimately, actually, the average is probably like 15 to 30 minutes late for every fucking interview where they were calling me. And then when I call them, and because I'd rather call them, because I'll call them on the dot. I'll be waiting next to the fucking phone. Imagine that. You wait next to the phone and you see what time it is, and then when it turns 12, while it's still 12 and not 12:01, you call them. Imagine that. Like, is that difficult, or do people just not care? And then I'm trying to get it to the position where I can have a job, and it's like, it's just like, man, like what... these people are getting paid to do what they're doing, and their standards seem very low. But we could keep letting go. By the way, it is let go with the underline. That's what it is. And I've been going back and forth, but it's very important. Like they say in Dune, in terms of like getting your shit together, it's very important to have your calculations perfect at the beginning of something. The thing is, I think a problem for me is that I've been sort of perpetually in a state of like, you know, beginning something or even finishing things, but like I haven't gotten on course where it's like, this is the course for my life so that I can change my circumstances. Like I haven't gotten on, at least money-wise, I haven't gotten on a money course. And I'm no big fan of fucking money, but like Elliot says in the first episode of Mr. Robot, I don't give a shit about money. I'm no big fan of money, man, but I haven't stayed on a course. And, you know, I hope that that's a real viewer right now, but it seems more likely to, and I indeed do. I don't want to drive anyone away. But this is just another element of my life. It's like, even when I'm doing this, I see that one there, and then if it's not a marketer, and thank goodness I've gotten a lot less of that. Maybe I drove them away. I don't know. I reported a lot of them to Twitch, etc. So maybe I drove them away ultimately, etc. But, or maybe I just left for long enough for them to get off my trail. But in any case, it's like, I'm thinking that most likely, especially if it's someone who actually stays, it's like most likely that's a marketer or that's a fucking like, that's a fucking person like checking me out for the government. And it's like, but it's like, well, Matt, why do you plan for that to be the case? Like, why are you focused on that? I'm just describing the situation. I'm just describing the situation accurately. And then, hopefully things will be totally different very soon. I think I'll still get that, you know, if and when I stream on Twitch, I think I'll still get that, you know, that one that you know, that seems more likely to be an FBI agent or some kind of spammer or bot or whatever than anything else. And it's like, well, Matt, what? You don't know though, like in any given situation, and you have had people who have come to your stream and actually watched and talked to you, whatever the case, whatever the reality of them might be. You know, it's like you don't necessarily know, so what's the point in sort of agonizing about it? Like, certainly what's the point in agonizing about a government person? Because I'll tell you what, the government's gonna do what they're gonna do. You know, it's like, I don't know. It seemed, having been through the process myself of, like, them persecuting you, it basically seems like, you know, once they start persecuting you, they're just going to do whatever they want the entire time. It doesn't matter what the truth is, or very rarely it matters what the truth is. Like, if something's, like, very blatant and obvious, and that wasn't even related to my trial, actually. That was related to something somebody lied about. They lied about me saying something, not even me doing something. So it's like, it's literally a he said, and then nobody else said, because nobody else just fucking asked. Except he and the other two people that he roped into helping him. And then, thank goodness, one of those two people sent a letter to the FBI that they didn't produce for months that said, well, no, they're probably just trying to fucking lie to get time off their sentences. And not only that, but they had been doing it before. And it's like, what, you didn't fucking look into these guys? If you're taking it so seriously what they said about me and about what I said, like, oh, fuck, oh, the freedom of speech, we don't have it anymore. If somebody says you said something, then that's an FBI issue, literally. That's a federal issue. You're going to make a federal case out of that? Yeah, apparently. It's like, no. So it's like, it's so much fucking paranoia. And then somebody refers to me as paranoid, and it's like, essentially, at the end of the day, there's no use in worrying about what the government does, because there's no use in worrying about what an immoral person or entity is going to do, because an immoral entity is going to do what it's going to do, and if that hurts you, then fine. You know, if you can think about it and defend yourself, like, that's one thing. But if an immoral entity has no compunctions, an immoral entity is not following agreements necessarily, they're not following the truth necessarily, in any case, in any way. They're not following goodness, of course, if they're immoral, and they will do what they're going to do. And so the best thing for you to do is to stay out of their, just to not be near them. But with the government, they will lock you in. They will come and get you. If they want to do something to you, it doesn't matter. But then once you're in that process, it's like you might as well just fucking, unless yeah, I don't know. But it's like, it feels like you might as well just fucking say, all right, like, literally, I'm gonna fucking lie down and you guys fucking move me, because nothing I do matters. And you yourself say anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And what that means specifically, literally, what the phrasing means is that anything you say, whether it makes sense to use it against you or not, it will be used against you. You could say something exoneratory about yourself. You could say something that exonerates you, and they will use that exonerating statement against you, because it's not about the truth. It's about fucking you. It's about fucking you over, man. And that's what it is. And so but then the people around me are in that fucking evil mindset too. And anyway, yeah, so, but let's do the letting go. Hold on. Actually, I don't have to, but I'm gonna look at this email. And then you don't get away from it with nature, by the way. You don't get away from it with nature, because then you go out and flies are attacking you. Or there are spiders around, and they might fucking bite you if they get near you. Or, like, there's a skunk, and the skunk kind of, like, walks over to you and kind of, like, threateningly, like, stands there as if it's gonna come and fucking spray you. It's like, there ain't no fucking friendly anything. There ain't no fucking friendly anything. It's like, maybe the only possibility of friendliness is, like, people. It's like, well, what about dogs and cats? Well, some say that dogs and cats have actually been living with people long enough to sort of take after them. And if you see a fucking wild dog or wild cat, they're not going to be friendly like a fucking dog or cat. It's like, well, that might be nature versus nurture. They grew up in the wild. That may be, but at the end of the day, it's still, the case still remains that everything is against you. That, like, this entire world is, like, slated against you. It's hilarious. But you go outside, you see an animal, if they're not running away from you, they're attacking you. It's like, what, you get attacked all the time? It's like, no. You know why? Because most animals are small, and so most animals will run away from you. But if they're not running away from you, if they're neutral to you, they're probably going to attack you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not all animals are, like, attackers in that way, but, like truly, it's like there ain't no friendly motherfuckers. There ain't no friendly people, and then all the people around you are no good, and it's so sad, man. And so I guess I hope to just break into some other fucking realm of this world or wherever, where there are good people and there are friendly faces and there are people who want the best for you. And Jordan Peterson says, and yeah, Jordan Peterson, I know, but nevertheless, Jordan Peterson says, make friends with people who want the best for you, or like, because that's fucking rare. Nobody wants the best for you. I don't know if there's a person in my life who wants the best for me. And the best for me means they don't want me to lie. The best for me means they don't want me to base my life in lies or believe in lies or behave badly, etc. Nobody wants the best for me, man. It's me against, it's like Tupac. It's me against the world. And if it's me against the world, then I might as well let go.